Hello and welcome to Marketing Global Edition with me, Jasmine Montgomery, coming to you today from Dubai, where I am attending the Gulfood Expo, which is a massive exhibition of different food brands from around the world. And so I thought I'd talk to you today about what's new, what's hot in food trends. Let's go have a look.
So this is the world's largest food expo. 8,500 exhibitors from over 190 countries with 1.2 million products on show. You walk in and it's just a sea of stands, incredible buzzing noise, people showing off their food and beverage brands, but also people sitting at tables on the stands, networking, showcasing their businesses and doing deals. I came here hoping to find out what was hot in food trends, and secretly rather hungry, hoping to try some tasty treats. I found the top taste trends, which I will go into in a minute. What I did not find, weirdly, was anywhere to have any food. But what I did find was something that I had not expected. A glimpse into the power play at a national and global level that is food distribution in the 21st century. Because it turns out that Gulfood is not a festival for foodies, but a battlefield of geopolitics, commerce, and ambition, where countries outbid each other in a race to establish themselves in what is, after all, a global distribution hub, Dubai. So the first thing that you realize is that the expo is organized according to country. Turkey, Vietnam, Chile, Kenya, Serbia, Egypt, Uganda, France, to name just a few of the 195 countries exhibiting here. India is the main country sponsor of the expo and has a huge presence. But another country that is making sure that it is secretly visible on any of its exhibitions stands is Saudi Arabia, who let no stand go unendorsed. And I realized immediately, this isn't about products or brands. It's about signaling. It's at a national level. Who's serious? Who wants to control the conversation around food supply, security, and global taste? Dubai has become one of the world's most important food and beverage distribution hubs because it sits at the intersection of geography with an incredible logistics infrastructure, great trade policy, and regional demand dynamics. And Gulfood is more than trade. It's about soft diplomacy, investment signaling, national ambition, and global competition. And you start to see patterns. Pavilions are like chess pieces. Some countries are here to dominate, some to disrupt, some to signal reliability, and buyers are quietly watching every move because this is food as diplomacy. But look, what I really came here to try and unearth were the top food trends that are really affecting the things that we're going to be eating in the next year. So here, live from Gulfood are my top 7 taste trends for 2026.
So one of the food trends that we're seeing this year is something called Ficy, which is a combination of fruity and spicy. So think like Mexican, the combination of lime, chili, and salt, or Thailand, the sort of spicy lime that you get from like 𝐓𝐢𝐦𝐩𝐬 or any of those sort of Thai salads, like lap gai, that combination of chili, lime, salty fish sauce.
A brand that was just capitalizing brilliantly on the Ficy trend was 𝐓𝐢𝐻𝐻, who had a wonderful stand, absolutely exuberantly spicy in its design, macro graphics, chili sauces everywhere, all of their different varieties on show, live cooking demonstrations with spicy noodles, and by far and away the best bags in the show. Great, great fun, beautifully done. Another trend this year is very much the idea of function meeting flavor. So consumers increasingly wanting foods and drinks that do more than just taste good. They want measurable benefits. So we're seeing a real trend towards functional nutrition with prebiotics, fiber, adaptogens, nootropics, and gut health ingredients. Massively growing segment in beverages and snacks. So functional drinks now include prebiotic sodas and botanically infused formats. And a real sort of prominence of protein, with a lot of the major brands launching protein-forward food and drinks to appeal to wellness and satiety, or satiety, depending on how you pronounce it, goals. So protein was absolutely everywhere. And what this means is products are, expected to deliver benefits for digestion, for energy, for immunity, mood, or stress relief, while also providing kind of engaging taste profiles. Beverages this year are evolving way beyond simple refreshment, with a lot of emphasis on low and no alcohol beverages that are really becoming mainstream. I stopped off in the Serbia stand to try a little truffle. Who knew that Serbia did fantastic truffles? And this was just a great experience of another trend, which is premiumization and affordable indulgence. I don't know if I can really call truffles affordable indulgence. I also had to try the truffles in an Italian truffle stand where they talked to me about the price of truffles, which was absolutely eye-watering. Apparently a white Italian truffle can fetch up to $5,000 a kilo. A trend I love seeing was the cross-pollination of cultural ideas. So you're probably all familiar with the Advent calendar with the little windows counting down to Christmas. Well, in the Indonesia section, I came across the Hari Raya Advent calendar, which was a countdown to Hari Raya means Eid in Malay. So this is an Advent calendar counting down to Eid. Absolutely delightful, complete with crescent moons and lanterns and everything else. Another super interesting trend was totally non-food or beverage related brands getting into the food and beverage space. So we came across FC Barcelona's drink. I knew they had done a deal with Prime, but the Prime branding wasn't on display. It was just very much FC Barcelona. And also Chupa Chups, the famous lollipop brand, with a range of carbonated soft drinks, including various fruity and sour flavours. Even the Meg Shark has its own energy drink. It was so interesting to see the way products and brands leverage their national identity in their branding. So in a Danish brand, very much kind of on their packaging talking about 𝐓𝐢𝐦𝐻𝐬, the Danish tradition of sort of being cozy indoors while it's raining outside. And brands like Korea really leveraging their kind of country branding, K-pop, K-everything. We saw K at the start of kind of a lot of the Korean foods. A hilarious moment at one of the UK stands where somebody had this wonderful kind of picnic basket full of these incredibly British brands: PG Tips tea, Heinz baked beans, Bisto gravy, Coleman's, HP. Just so summed up the UK kind of in a basket. If you could just distill Britishness into a basket of food, that would be it. And then finally, in terms of flavours on display, there were some key flavour trends. Yuzu, absolutely everywhere, particularly, of course, in the Japan section, but Yuzu, a major flavour sort of scintillating or infesting, depending on your point of view, so many dishes right now. Also, of course, matcha. I don't know how you feel about matcha. I'm not a fan, but it is absolutely everywhere. And you talk to anybody under 18 and they are all matcha mad. But there were a couple of weird and wonderful ingredients that I was surprised to meet for the first time. One of them was cakes made from chicken floss. Now, I am not absolutely clear on what chicken floss is, but I presume it is a chicken derivative, which is somehow made into some kind of floss, which then becomes a sweet cake. I wasn't brave enough to try it. It looked good. That's the best I can say for it. Hope that you will one day have the chance to try chicken floss. If you have, please leave me a comment and tell me all about what you thought about your chicken floss cake. Love to hear your thoughts. Right, well, that's it from me from Dubai. I hope you've enjoyed this little romp through Gulfood 2026. There's a sad ending to the story because at the end of the day, I was, apart from a couple of bites of truffle, which was delicious but didn't really fill me up, I was still starving because there was nowhere to eat. Irony. Love a bit of irony. Thanks for being with me. See you next time. Same place. Bye-bye.